everyone. Welcome back to the session of English. In this session, we are going to continue with our chapter tenses. This is part 4. In part 3, we discussed past perfect tense. In this session, we are going to begin with past perfect continuous tense. So let's begin the session. Now, first of all, we'll know the meaning of past perfect continuous tense. The past perfect continuous tense is used to describe actions or situations that were ongoing in the past and had been happening up to a point before another past action. Now, this part is very, very important in this. It means it shows actions which began at a particular point of time in past and continued up to a particular time when another action happened. This action which happened right now, it also shows the past action and it was continued up to a particular time till this time when another action happened. For example, if I say I have been working in this organization for 5 years when Reena joined. Now, if we look at this sentence carefully, here the clause that Reena joined, it shows that we are talking about some past time because this action also has happened. Now, this shows that we are talking about past, and when Reena joined, it was going on. This work was going on. It means I was working in that organization and it had been only 5 years at that time. Now, maybe possible when we are speaking this sentence, when we are talking about this action, maybe possible it has been now 8 years. Maybe possible Reena has also been working in this organization for 2 years, for 3 years. And now we are talking about this. So, at this time, at this point of time, it were only 5 years. It was only 5 years of my working in this organization. At that time when Reena joined. Maybe possible now it has been 7 years or it has been 8 years for me to work in that organization, that I've been working in that organization. But at that particular time when Reena joined, it were only 5 years of mine to join the company. So this is called past perfect continuous tense. Now let us see some examples with the usage. So the past perfect continuous tense is used duration before something in the past. It emphasizes the duration or continuous course of an action in the past before another past action or time. So this part is very, very important. It means the sentence must show that we are talking about past. So this past action or past time shows us the sentence is of past or the action has been done in some past time. Now, for example, she had been reading for 2 hours when he arrived. So when he arrived, it shows this clause, when he arrived. This shows the time is of past. And at that particular time, when this person arrived, it were only 2 hours that she read the book, or it had been only 2 hours for her to read the book. So she had been reading for 2 hours. It means this particular, at this point of time, her 2 hours of reading were completed. So this shows the past perfect continuous. Now, cause of a past action, to explain the reason behind another action that occurred in the past. His clothes were wet because it had been raining. His clothes were wet because it had been raining. It means this action happened just because it was going on. So this is also the concept of using past perfect continuous in our speech. Ongoing action that is stopped recently. An action that was happening for a while in the past and stopped just a little time before the current moment of speaking. For example, I had been working on my report all morning, so I took a break in the afternoon. So this was going on for the entire morning. That's why now this happened. So these kind of sentences are also written in past perfect continuous tense. Now, what is the basic structure of past perfect continuous tense? Again, we have three parts of sentences, that is affirmative. Then we have negative sentences. And then we have interrogative sentences. So, in all these three cases, affirmative we have subject plus had plus been. Now, as the sentences of continuous tense, it should be verb fourth form, that is present participle, it means ing in base form. Base form plus ing. So this is called present participle, that is verb fourth form. We call it verb fourth form as well, as I told you earlier as well. So base form plus ing. Or when we add ing to the first form of verb. Again, we have object. Now, one more important thing is, here before the time we add since or for and then time. In every perfect continuous tense, there should be these two parts, since or for and time. Now, in case of negative sentence, we make it like subject plus had plus not plus been plus verb fourth form plus object plus since or for plus time. Now, interrogative. Had plus subject plus been plus verb fourth form plus object plus since or for plus time. And then we have question mark. So these are the structures of past perfect continuous. Now look at the sentences, examples. She had been working for 2 hours. So this is affirmative sentence. They had been playing football. This is also affirmative. Now negative, we just simply put not in between had and been. She had not been working for hours. For question sentences, had she been working for hours? Had they been playing football? So these are several examples of past perfect continuous tense. With time expressions like all day, for, since, all week, when, etc., the words that show the action in past. With all these expressions, we also use past perfect continuous tense. He had been studying for the entire night. She had been living in Paris since 1990. In previous sessions, we have already discussed the use of since and for. For is used with countable time, whereas since is used with uncountable times. Now, this is another very important tense, that is future tense. Now, to learn future tenses, we should know that it is all about imagination. Future is all about imagination. When the actions which are going to happen, they are certain or they are uncertain. Now we have already learned this part. When the future actions, when the actions which are going to happen, but they are certain, we should write them in present tense. We should write them in present tense. So we have already read this part. So let's eliminate this part from here. But now we read some uncertain plans or uncertain actions that are going to happen. They should be written in future tenses only. Now, future tenses again divided into 4 parts. First is simple, or we call it indefinite. Then we have continuous, then we have perfect, and then we have perfect continuous. So let us first discuss simple or indefinite tense of future. That is future indefinite or simple future. Now the future simple tense is used to describe actions that will happen in the future. When you think something will happen in the future, it will be written in future tense. For example, it will rain tomorrow. Now, whether rain happens or not, whether it rains or not, but it is just a prediction, just an imagination. May be possible by looking up to the weather, by looking at the weather, it is predicted that it will rain tomorrow. So, this is only an uncertain event that maybe or maybe not happen in future. So, these type of sentences are written in present indefinite, future indefinite tense. Spontaneous decisions. Decisions made at the moment of speaking. I think I will go to the cinema tonight. So this type of sentence is also written in present future tense. It is just a decision which is instantly made at particular point of time. When suppose two people are speaking with each other, talking with each other. Now one speaks that he is going to the cinema tonight. Now it is just a plan. Because it is a plan, it is just an imagination or the plan which he is making right now. It is not pre-planned actually. So this is also should be in future tense. Now, whenever there are promises, offers, threats, warnings, commands, these types of sentences are also written in future tense. For example, I will help you with your homework. Be careful, the class will break. So these types of sentences can be written in future indefinite tense. Now, when referring to timetable events, often used with inanimate objects, the train will leave at 8 p.m. So this is also future indefinite tense. The structure for the future simple tenses. Now again we have affirmative, then we have negative, and then we have interrogative. Now because this is future tense, all is about imagination. So here we use some models. Affirmative means subject plus will or shall plus verb first form. In negative, we have subject plus will or shall plus not plus verb first form. Then we have interrogatives in which will and shall will begin the sentence. Then we have subject. Then we have verb first form. And then we have object. And then we have question mark. Now, one more thing. The question arises in our mind that where to use will and where to use shall. So, with first person like I and we use shall. And with any other person, second person or third person, this is first person. And with second or third person, we use will. For example, he, she, it, they. After these second and third person, we use will, not shall. But in case of that certain facts, command, compulsion. In such cases, we use will with I and we as well. For example, I will punish you. I will have to do this work. You will go to Patna. So all these sentences will in the structure of I and we plus will. So let us move to the another tense. So now we have the negative form of that particular sentence in future indefinite tense. She will not eat pizza. And if we write this in question form, will you come to the party or will they watch the movie? Now let us move to the next tense. That is future continuous tense. Now we'll learn future continuous tense. It is used to describe ongoing actions that will be completed before a specific point in the future. For example, by the time you arrive, I will have been waiting for an hour. Now, by the time means till that time or until that time. Now, I have already told you with the expression by the time, we make two types of sentences. And the combination will past with past, perfect with indefinite, and future with present. So here two types of sentences can be formed. Now we have sentences in two clauses. First clause can either have present indefinite or we can say simple present or past indefinite. Now if the sentence is in present indefinite, the remaining part will be in future perfect. Or if it is in past indefinite, it should be in past perfect. Now this sentence can also be in perfect continuous. It is future perfect continuous. Now by the time you arrive, I will have been waiting for an hour. It means when you will arrive, I have already waited for 1 hour. Now the future continuous tense is used to describe actions that will be ongoing at a specific time in the future. For example, I'm sitting here right now and I'm thinking that I will be going to Delhi tomorrow at this point of time. It means it is just an imagination of future that what will be happening at this point of time tomorrow. For example, when talking about an action or event that will be in progress at a particular future time, for example, at 5 p.m. tomorrow, I will be working. So at 5 p.m. tomorrow, it shows some point of time in future and what will be going on at that particular time, I will be working. To make assumptions or predictions about what might be happening at the current moment. For example, I'm sitting here and I'm just thinking what will be happening, what must be happening in my house. Don't call him now, he will be studying. It means it is just an imagination that he must be studying at his home or anywhere. So don't call him now. So it is a prediction, it is an imagination. So it should also be in future continuous tense. To ask about someone's plans without the intention to influence their decision. For example, will you be coming to the party tonight? Now, what is the form or structure of the sentence? Again, we have affirmative. Then we have negative. Then we have interrogative. In affirmative, we have subject plus will or shall plus be plus verb fourth form, that is ing, base form plus ing plus object. Same with subject plus will or shall plus not plus be plus verb fourth form plus object. Will or shall plus subject plus be plus verb fourth form plus object, then question mark. For example, I will be playing. This is affirmative. They will be dancing. This is again affirmative. She will not be attending the meeting. This is negative sentence. And in interrogative, will come prior to she or subject. Will she be joining us for dinner? Will they be traveling next summer? So these are future continuous tenses. Examples of future continuous tenses. Now let us move to another concept of future continuous. While future continuous doesn't pair with as many specific term expressions as other tenses, you will still often see some indications of future, such as at this time tomorrow, when, at am, at 10 p.m. tonight, all day tomorrow, etc. For example, I will be working all day next Saturday. At 4 p.m., I will be driving. So these types of sentences are written in future continuous tense. Now, future perfect tense. The future perfect tense describes an action that will have completed by a specific point in the future. Now, what are the uses of future perfect tense? In this tense, we will see this is future, again, imagination, then perfect, some task that has been completed, but some tasks that have been completed, but it is only an imagination. They are imagery. They are not actually completed. They are imagination that they will be completed by this time. So these types of sentences are written in future perfect tense. For example, it is often used to project ourselves forward in time and then look backwards. By the time you arrive, I will have finished my homework. I have already told you the concept of by the time. So in these cases of sentences, it is written in future perfect tense. Prediction of a future accomplishment. To emphasize the completion of an action in a future context. She will have worked here for 10 years by the end of 2023. So, we are just in imagination that what will happen after 10 years. What will happen when 2023 ends. So, there are 10 years that are going to be completed in his work or her work journey when 2003 completes. It means till this time, she has worked for 10 years. She will have worked. It means 10 years will be completed in 2023. Now, the structure is simple. In case of affirmative, it will be subject plus will have plus present participle. It means verb third form. Subject plus will have plus past participle. That is verb third form. I will have gone. They will have seen. So these are some examples of future perfect tense. Negative form. To form the negative, add not between will and have. For example, we will not have arrived by then. Finally, questions. Will she have completed her project by then? Will they have left before we arrive? So these are future perfect tenses. Now, we'll read the future perfect continuous tense. Is one of the more advanced tenses in English, and it is used to express longer actions or situations that will occur in the future and is expected to continue up to another point in the future. This tense is employed to describe duration before something in the future. It describes how long an action will have been taking place by a certain point in the future. For example, by the time I retire, I will have been working for 50 years. In case, it can also be used to explain the reason or the cause of a future situation or result. She will be retired because she will have been studying all night. He will be tired because she will have been working, he will have been studying all night. The structure for the future perfect continuous tenses subject plus will have been plus present participle. Present participle means verb fourth form, that is first form plus ing. I will have been working, they will have been traveling. Now here again we can use for to show the time. Will you have been waiting long when the bus finally comes? Will they have been playing football for over 2 hours while lunchtime? Common time expression used with this include for, by then, by the time, all day, etc. I will have been reading for 2 hours by the time he arrives. They will have been traveling for a month by then. Now these were some examples of future tenses. Now in next session we'll do an exercise based on this. Thank you very much.